I'm Mohammed Abdul Karim. I'm here to continue my lectures on Introduction to Fishery and Wildlife course, which is a 200 level course in the Nigerian University. I hope you are going to subscribe to enable me make more YouTube slides for you. Thank you so much. In describing morphology of fish, there are some measurements that are very, very important. These measurements are collectively referred to as morphometric indices of the fish. The measurements include total length, which is taken with either measuring tape or any materials that will make you take the measurements. The total length is taken from the nose to the tip end of tail, whereas standard length is taken from the nose to the beginning of the tail. Fork length is from the nose to the beginning of the fork structure of fork tail. Head length is taken from the nose to posterior edge of operculum cover. Eyes diameter can also be taken, which is the distance between the maximum margins of the orbit eyes. These measurements are very, very important. You see, the ratio of some of these morphometric indices are distinctive factors used as identification key in differentiating some fish species and for comparative studies among fish species. Total length and standard length can also be used to determine the history of the fish, the age of the fish, age at recruitment, stock analysis, condition factors of the fish, and also the growth pattern of the fish. It can be used to make a model that will determine the relationship between the length of the fish and the weight of the fish, vice versa. Generally, a mouth of a fish is designed to fit its feeding habit. A mouth is said to be terminal. A mouth is said to be terminal when it is at the extreme tip of the snout. As the mouth is progressively posterior to this position on the ventral side, it is described as being subterminal, subinferior, inferior, or ventral. A mouth which is dorsal to terminal position is said to be obtuse. Said to be obtuse. The stomachs are present in different forms depending on the type of feed the stomach contains. It may be U or V shape, or even a back shape. In some cases, it is back shape and it is open to esophagus in the anterior. The stomach in turn joins through a one-way valve, that is pylorus, into intestine with its pyloric caca. The intestine is being is long and coated or folded on the cavity of fish. For example, bass that are piscivorous, that means they eat themselves, carnivorous, have fairly short intestine because such food is easy to chemically digest, while tilapia are herbivorous, require longer intestine because they are difficult to break down into usable components. The gills are concerned with respiration, and they are positioned behind the oral cavity of the parix in teleost fish. The gills are protected externally by operculum and internally by gill rakers. Operculums and the gill rakers direct food particles down to throat rather through the gills. Blood exchange is carbon dioxide, that is CO2, for oxygen, that is dissolved oxygen, DO, content in water. Esophagus. The esophagus is short and descendable, meaning they allow the passage of particles of food into the stomach. The lining of the esophagus comprises of stratified columnar epithelium with numerous mucous cells. Mucous cells. The skin of fish is divided into two layers: the epidermis, which is outer layer, and the dermis. The epidermis is made of epithelial cells arranged one above the other. These cells are constantly shed and replaced with new ones. Interspersed between epithelial cells are slime cells, which produce mucus secretion that form the very important protective covering known as the slime coat. The dermis lies under the epidermis, and many important functions happen there. The scales. The deeper placed dermis of the skin is made of connective fibroblasts, collagen, and blood vessels. The scales of a fish lie in pockets in the dermis and come out of the connective tissue. Scales do not stick out of a fish but are covered by the epithelial cell. The scales of fish overlap and so form protective flexible armor capable of withstanding blows and bumping. The scale of fish remains the same throughout its growth periods. It does not increase in number. The scale of fish can also be used to determine the age of the fish, because tropical fish have distinct dry and wet season, which makes rings in the scales that are used for determining the age of the fish. The fins are made of stiff rays covered by skin. Some may be jointed and some separate near the edge of the fish. In certain fish, some of the rays supporting the fins are bony, stiff, and not jointed. They are referred to as spines. Almost half of the fin rays in dorsal fin of cyclists are bony spines. Each fin on a fish is designed to perform a specific function. Pectoral, otherwise called breast fins, lie just behind the head, one on either side. It is used for locomotion and side-to-side movement, whereas pelvic fins are smaller than pectoral fins and serve to provide stability in swimming. So PI fins are pectoral and pelvic fins. Cycloscales have smooth edge, unlike stenoscale, which are toothed. They have toothed edge. The lateral line consists of a series of scales, each modified by a pore, which connect with a system of canals containing sensory cells and nerve fiber. The lateral line has shown to be a very important sensory organ of fish. Stenoid scales are similar to the cycloid scale with grow rings. All of them have grow rings, which is used in determining the age of the fish. They are distinguished by spines that cover one edge. Stenoscales have spines that cover one edge of the scales, while cyclids have smooth scales at the edge.